You know, despite getting down to 20 degrees yesterday morning, everything's starting to kind of pop. I mean, look at all the leaves in the trees all of a sudden. Morning. Welcome to Monday. Nobody's here, so let's talk about this, shall we? So we decided, let's get a second chopper ready, just because there's a good chance we're going to want to just get it done with, and you always want to in case one breaks down. As you can see, we're off to a good start here. Our new jack stands are coming in handy. So, this is the chopper we bought off of auction last summer. We put a crap ton of money into it right before corn harvest. It only was involved for about half a corn harvest. So it's in very, very good condition, except the blower bearings, which normally we just leave the tire on to do, but we're kind of glad we took the tire off this time, because this guy, yeah, this has been a 3-day project now. So that ring right there is on the other side again. So there's 2 rings, 2 wedges essentially. So you put the one on the back, put your pulley on, put this one on, torque everything together. Now there is a series of torques, and this takes forever. Our theory is the previous owner didn't want to do that, and they used the impact to just torque everything down real quick. Suck the wedges way too tight to where we've been using torch, drills, hammer, beating the crap out of it trying to take this thing apart. And the only thing McPherson can come up with too is, yeah, that got way too tight. It should not be that difficult. Normally, Bart and Glenn squeeze in here with the tire on. Like I said, we're kind of glad we took the tire off this time. Other than the blower bearings, though, we really don't have a whole lot going on with this one. They already opened up the inside back here. Check the blower paddles and such. Everything is good in there. Got to change out the spout, obviously, because we still got the giant 12-row on. I need to get my lawnmower out of the damn way. We need to get new mesh screens because they're all shot, letting in all the birds. That guy's getting some brake work done. But yeah, other than that, I mean, everything on this machine's in pretty good shape. So hopefully this other side doesn't come apart as bad as the side they're working on, but we figure it's probably going to be a fight too. So as you can see, we're kind of running out of water on, well, basically every farm, except the ones we got the water down on the other day. That should be shutting off about now. So they'll run all day today and part of tomorrow. Mainly, I just wanted to come around the ones that hit stops in the middle of the night and see if it was worth turning back on. And as you can see right there, that is not worth turning back on, because all you're going to do is suck your filter full of mud, because it's only going to run for a short amount of time. This one might be worth kicking on. That could run for like an hour, but it's only 29, so I think we'll wait a little while. Okay, we gotta do some equipment shuffling today. The weather this week is supposed to be nice and not much wind, so it's good we can get the corn planter hooked up and working on it, because we got to do that outside, because it's too fat to fit in our shed. The problem I'm having at the moment, so this is our corn planting tractor, so obviously we got to unhook the drill. I don't want to unhook the drill here because we're going to need these headers soon. I'm hoping that I can put the drill right here. I don't think that's near wide enough. Oh, these headers sitting beside each other are so screwed up. So let's back this guy out and try and put that over here. That'll be a good starting point. These should start. Uh-oh. Whew. Wow. Even got a little smoke out of the R. That's not normal. Tractor number 2. Without hesitation. Well, that went better than I thought. So our activation just got upgraded. So the GPS, the little yellow disc, it's always on top of all these tractors, pulling in our satellite signal. You got 3 levels of activation. What they call RTK is the best. That means you're less than an inch on your accuracy. Basic is like 8 to 10 inches. So when you're like planting corn, stuff like that, where you want to be really precise, you need RTK. Well, the new system now is, instead of getting it off of base stations around the area where it would give the correction signal, it's all complicated crap. Either way, they upgraded it to where now we get it all from the satellite, which means every year we just have to pay the fee for the unlock code. I went in, talked to Deere the other day. He said, hey, I sent it over the air. As soon as you start the tractor, it should download. And literally, by the time the screen loaded up, it was already there. Kind of handy. Okay, so the easy thing to do now would be grab chopper number 2 to move that header out of the way so I can back up. But we're not using chopper number 2 on wheat. So if I use it now, then mine's right there. That's my header. I'm way overthinking this. Let's get mine. It hasn't started in a while. See if the little scooter here, as Hector likes to call this tractor, see if the scooter will start. Oh my God, I don't know what Bart did to this seat, but it is so uncomfortable. He's got the bottom pushed way back, and then the back all upright, so I feel like I'm sitting with an arched back. Turn that off before I get a copyright. Now, I move this chopper, the other option is to put it right here. But I'd rather put that drill right here, because when you split the bays like that, it becomes a pain in the ass, because you got to have both bays empty to get your tractor in and maneuvered. Yeah, got to reconnect the batteries. These things will suck the life out of the battery if you leave them for very long. Let's see what we got here. Well, that's a good start. We got power. Hey, and I'm not seeing any birds flying out of the exhaust pipes. Guess I can actually turn you guys around. I gotta look in the mirror. Well, surely by now that DEF pump is done running. It gets very, very cranky if you shut the battery off too fast. My OCD got the better of me though. So I moved both headers there, leaving this whole bay for this fat guy. It's kind of like me. That rear box is 15 foot, and then you put the disc down, makes it a little bit wider. Need lots of room. Gotta protect my delicate fingers here. All I did, lower the jackaways, drop my 3-point to let those let go. Now we're ready for a corn planter. Okay, that was more difficult than I thought, because you have to be perfect. You can see I've got almost no gap in there. Same on the other side. Now I gotta figure out how to put all this back together. And yes, we got an oily mess here. But as you can see, we really take care of this thing. Parked out here. The vacuum hose blew off sometime this winter. I think 2 or 3 times I've stopped to put lids on boxes. That vacuum air pump usually never works. We got to replace a couple solenoids every year on it. So that's why we're hooking it up now. Because what is today? Hopefully start planting corn in about 2 weeks. And we got to rebuild this thing. Well, that was a hell of a fight. Kayla's gonna kill me because I got oil all over. Let's go turn the key on and see what happens. Oh. Good, there's the air compressor. Okay. Now the fun of that thing begins. If you've never been around one of these monitors, you're friggin' lucky. So it would appear it doesn't know. God, how many error codes are there? It doesn't know it's a planter. That's cool, we're off to a good start. I couldn't hardly get that connector together though, so I'm betting part of the issue is that. Oh my God, could you shut up? Yeah, I can't even fold this thing up because it doesn't know what the hell it is. There should be a hydraulic option here. I think I can make it to the shop. 40 foot wide. It's only one or two tight spots. Okay. So far so good. Got some tight spots here at the top of the hill and then at the bottom of the hill. So we got a neighbor. He's got the grandkids coming for Easter here in a couple weeks. He builds them a fort in his shop out of bales. That's freaking awesome. Where the hell was that when I was a kid? But he said his bales are getting in rough shape, so we need to switch them out. And he said he wanted corn stalks. I'm like, all right. I guess you don't like those kids that much then, huh? Okay. Redid my electric plug. Let's try this again. Oh, gotta put it in park for it to start. We know we're a planter again! Hooray! All the typical warnings I deal with every friggin' day. Cool. So that problem's fixed. Now my next problem is this whole thing is tilted way forward. And it's because the lift assist wheels have too much pressure on them. What now? Why are you not communicating with the GPS? That's a real problem. Well, first, let's see if we lift it all the way up. And then go back down. It's still rocked way forward. So I gotta figure out how to bleed the pressure off of them cylinders to let that rock back a ways yet. Thank you, Bart. Okay, he proved I'm just an idiot. So I just turned the vacuum on. You can hear it screaming out there. Turn that speed down. That thing will just scream like crazy because there's no plates in there. So it's just going to keep constantly pulling a vacuum. So we know that works. That's a good start. Turn that off. No, I don't want that at full speed. Let's see if we got control. I want to fold. Activate. Lift this thing up. Knock that away. Ah, I got it right. You gotta hit the right hydraulic. I'll close number 3 because I don't have anything for number 3. Okay, we'll go park this in the shed. See where we can find all the parts that we know we need to start with. We know seat discs, row firmers, closing discs, and row drives. This is going to get expensive. Quick update in here before everybody gets back. So, finally, that's all dead. They got the bearing off. Oh, it all came apart much more difficult than it should have. In fact, here's the housing and the bearing. She gone. And Cameron and I's project, well, and Bart was helping at the end. So, got our aftermarket book here. Oh. We have a handful of discs, so we're comparing the new one to the old one. These are the row firmers that we got to do. Seed tube sensors, scraper, closing discs. Lots of parts. Now I got to call Case and get their prices. because the real expensive one, the actual drives for each row, the aftermarket doesn't make. So we gotta get those direct from Case. Just got an email from the old TikTok shop. An order has been delivered. Oh yeah, big old box of sunflower seeds. Well guys, I'm sorry, this afternoon was kind of a bust content-wise for you. So Planter, we spent a good chunk of the afternoon on caseih.com just getting a rough idea what the parts will cost. You don't really know until you actually call a dealer. But we're looking at, you know, like I showed you, the opening discs, the row firmer, the scrapers, the closing discs, or what they call them, covering discs, new seed tube monitors, and all new drives for every row. Just because I'm not dealing with the skips we had last year. How there was places in the field a row would shut off from me to the little Mahindra there. That adds up over time. Then we kind of got done with that. I took the tractor down, finished getting it serviced up and ready because I had started on it a week ago. I haven't spread manure in over a week. That's weird. Everything on it's greased, got stuff blown out. It's ready to roll now. Art and Glenn spent a good chunk of the afternoon building tools for working on the chopper. If you've never been around equipment, especially John Deere equipment, it takes a crap ton of special tools to do all this stuff. Well, much like John Deere parts, John Deere tools are super expensive, and if you order it, it takes potentially weeks to get. So luckily, Glenn, being kind of the engineering brain he is, we've built a crap ton of tools for driving bearings and pulleys and stuff. So they spent a good chunk of the afternoon having to fix their one they had for putting the bearings on. So that's kind of what you missed in there. Now, as far as what's going on around the farm today, there wasn't honestly a whole lot, just because everyone was busy there around the shop. Last of the ponds are starting to get drained. Those 2 machines that turned on Saturday should be out tomorrow. You can see this one has a few hours left till it's empty. As for the herd, these boys are doing pretty good. The little weather fluctuations we're having don't seem to be really affecting them, man. They're gaining away. Watch out for that guy. Anywho, I'm going home. Gotta watch Florida. God, I hope they win the national championship. It's gonna be a rough day tomorrow if they don't. Remember, kids, don't gamble. Or do, whatever. I'm not here to give advice. It's a lot of fun when you do. But God, it makes for a lot of anxiety watching the game. Alright, let's go Gators. I'll catch you guys in the next one.